Our military devices, our military controls have to be handled by scientists, medical practitioners, because we're going to need medics, and openly, we don't need full-fledged doctors to be medics. They didn't have that long ago during the World War I or the World War II. Every student has to go through first aid, but we have to deal more with gun wounds, knife wounds, and other types of first aid that happen around communities where kids are goofing off and playing rough. That is a part of the military. You see, first you have to have people who can lead, but you also have to have people who understand the science and technology that is needed. And those are the type of students you go after for the military. They might not be the brawniest of guys or the most physically fit, but they definitely know what is it. You also have to have medics that are stable, and they're just the average American who knows what to say, what to do. These are communicators. So communicators have to be able to operate a radio. They have to be able to operate a walkie-talkie. They have to be able to operate those phones with walkie-talkies like we used to have lovingly from Nextel. I don't know what happened to them, but I love those, and I want those back in America. And openly, they have to know how to use an old-time CB radio. They have to know how to hook up a satellite network. They have to know how to deal with Wi-Fi stuff. They have to know all that stuff. And these are the mechanical engineers that we need coming out of our high schools. Most boys, most girls have to go through those classes, and you pick the best of the best out of those. Beyond that, you're training children how to handle an air conditioner unit, how to handle a stove, how to change out a stove when you need a new one. You're giving them the exercises of actual practical talents that are needed still in America from reputable people. And in every class, there has to be a morals and ethics and legal tactic for every type of class. Envision it as almost like a Boy Scout or Girl Scout troop or Indian Guides group where they got patches. And you get a patch for every time you do something good. And openly, that's what grades are, but it's not the same as wearing it on your badge. It's almost like a Harry Potter thing of which house are you in? Or it's almost like that Divergent film, which house are you in? Our true athletes, our real physical guys, they go directly into the aquatics. First and foremost, our military has to know how to swim. They have to know how to swim in cold water. They have to know how to swim in hot water. They have to swim in shark-infested waters. They have to be kind of those guys that don't mind killing things, especially animals. We have a lot of animals that need to be exterminated. So therefore, we have to have a class of not chemistry, chemicals. Change chemistry classes, change physics classes to what's practical and applicable to the man of the house, the woman of the house. It doesn't matter whether male or female, they have to have a love of it, an interest of it, a fascination by it. Every child has a soul, but God is producing new souls to be empathetic and also empathic, to be able to sense more things about other people. We have to also have spirituality classes in classrooms today. It's not a diversity issue. It's more of a what's going to be your philosophy of life. So a philosophy class would be right at junior high and high school. And that has to handle American laws. Because your philosophy of life has to be aligned with the President and the White House of the United States. Otherwise, you're not aligned. And maybe you'll end up in jail because you don't get the laws and nobody's teaching that at home. So that's important. We also have to have a class of military that is not so sophisticated that just can follow the rules, that really knows how to follow orders. And the truth is, all students must learn how to follow assignments better. We have a lot of people that don't listen well, so a class on listening is essential.